Look at that picture right there. That's Scarecrow. And him and a bunch of guys have a video floating around saying that they are in Miami. I am gonna play the video and then I'm gonna come back and elaborate on it. Okay? And give my opinion and my take. Alright, let's go.
Where's in Miami? Where are you, man?
Where the fuck are you?
Where are you, man?
In Miami.
Miami, man.
Where the fuck are you?
Yeah. Where's in Miami? Where are you, man?
Where the fuck are you?
Where are you, man?
In Miami.
Miami, man.
Where the fuck are you?
Yeah.
It's Countryman again. Just I lick you with some wisdom, and I lick you with some knowledge. You gotta take inside your brain. It says, son, I've learned a lot out of reading people's faces. No matter how them I go on like, them original, them fake. You gotta know when to walk and know when to run and know when to fall and know when to stand.
Now, me have to make this comment. Me no love man, you know, but Scarecrow are one of the ugliest man me know to blow out. That man ya ugly, you see. But anyway, let's continue. He said he was in Miami, him and his friend. And I dig and I dig and I found out where they at. Now Scarecrow lean back and a few other guys. Somebody also told me the intel that maybe Frosted Flakes is over there in Barbados. So they're in Barbados. Now Scarecrow and Leanback, I heard they're on their way to Canada from the intel. And Leanback was pressured for 5 hours in Barbados. So they're going to Canada via Barbados. More intel came in and they were in Barbados because Leanback is a Beijian. He has a Beijian passport. You know, his mother is Beijian and his mother lived there. So they working their way to Canada. Now, Leanback, like I said, had gotten questioned by the Beijian police, but because he's Beijian, they let him in. Scarecrow was turned back and went to St. Lucia, and he left St. Lucia and went straight to Toronto, Canada. So now all of them is in Canada, and here's the picture to show, to prove it. That's them right there. They're in Canada at a Louis Vuitton store buying Louis. You see Leanback, him there on the left, Scarecrow beside him, Scarecrow brother on the far right, and then you have this other dude. Now, my thing is, these guys are some super criminal, and look how the man them is slipping through airport, from airport to airport, from country to country. How can that be where you have hard-working St. Lucians and Jamaicans and Trinidadians and Grenadines, St. Vincent man them, who can't even leave them country, and them man, they are hard-working people. So that goes to show you what's going on down there in St. Lucia. Now, the reason why they leave is because there was an assassination attempt on their life, and right now what my intel told me, they are not taking any check at all. So that's why they leave. So right now the Scarecrow, Leanback, the 7 boy them is in Canada. Now I want to talk about something else real briefly. Look at the picture right here. That is Frosted Flakes. And I heard through some intel in Casties that the police is looking for it. But there's a reason why them can't find him, because he is in Barbados right now. So them commit all sort of murder, do all sort of thing, and then him fly go Barbados where mother and him family there. And now he's applying for his Beijian passport, I guess, so he can fly out and go Canada too. So FYI, Frosted Flakes aka Cutbutt is in Barbados. I just want to know that, and the law enforcement have to know that too. Yo, anyone of the Countryman they on the case, remember that. Now, my thing is, how can these guys who's doing all sort of nefarious killing and robbery and all sort of stuff, their name has been calling in many stuff in terms of robbery, killing, this, that, whatever, but they're allowed to travel to Canada? Can somebody explain that to me? Because I'm a little bit puzzled by that. I put out the video about Chris marrying his girlfriend before he died, and it is one of the saddest video I've ever done. I made a couple people listen to it, I sent it, and they were crying. And I'm telling you, I'm really heartbroken. The guy have 5 kids, beautiful wife, very strong lady. A lady there is a champion. And look how the man ended up losing life when he went to the store. Now the correction I want to make is about Russian. There is 2 Russian running around in St. Lucia, and like I said, the one that I was talking about, he is in jail, and that has been confirmed. Because I explained in the video, I wasn't sure if it's the same Russian, but I know, I mean, I use that word there, a nigga by the name of Russian involved in a Kwame and Chris death, in shooting, you understand? So that's why I said that. With that said, anybody know this bottom feeder Russian, please push him out. And I am begging the police them to really jump on this and try and solve this case here. I'm giving them many leads on it. So don't be too proud. Just go ahead and solve this, because guess what? Why I'm here is because 90 to 80% of your cases don't get solved. Now, look at the screen right there. Who is that? It's Baboon King, and him in a Arkham border layer. Now, may I tell you now what's going on? Because my intel, me have a intel, you know, in a cash feed. You understand? I beg your pardon. I'm gonna now cut this out. My intel told me that a lot of things is going down in Barbados. But before me talk about Barbados, Arkham, let me tell you what keeps me up at night and why I am doing this fight to help people. Now, you have over 50 murders, probably 45, 50 this year in St. Lucia. And out of all of them murders, 70 or maybe 80% of them murders that don't get blood clot solved. And remember, the killer them are run round in the community and in the neighborhood. No, this a big idiot thing. Now, we could go back to last year and the year after that, and it is the same thing that is going on. And this also goes for Jamaica. So you see me, my job is to be the voice of the voiceless and defend the victim, and me I go do that until the day I die. You understand? So me I tell the St. Lucia police them and government, Countryman is gonna come hard. So wanna be ready for this, because when you have 50 or more murders, you understand, and 80-90% of that murder is not solved, and all of them gunmen there and all of them killers there is walking around in the community, and you're gonna tell us that St. Lucia and the community is safe? Not over my dead body. Let's go, yo. No, because of what happened with these two guys, because the shooting go on with the man them take out the 6, and then the other man them take out Taco Bell. So because of that, Marvin, Shem and Jaim, them attack 2 youths from graveyard. So what's happening now? The prison, the officers them move Marvin, Shem and Jaim and bring them to the high security part of the prison. I've been talking about this for a long time, saying that Baboon King is in jail and he's sending out hits, and people think that I am joking. But for now, the police then move him, Shem and Jaim, and take them to the high secured part of the prison, which is called Delta. Now, you see how serious this thing get? The 6 and the 7. Now, they're doing it in jail, and Marvin Baboon King is the one who is pushing that narrative. So I want to say big up to the officers them who move them and put them in isolation away from the other prisoners them who wants to do their time. So for now, Baboon King is under lockdown. While I'm on the subject of Baboon King, I didn't know, and when this was revealed to me about Baboon King in prison, running the biggest store in prison, Baboon King as like a supermarket, you understand, in prison, you know, where he's selling cigarettes, he's selling weed, he's selling food, he's selling everything. And I heard Kwame was one of his link and supply in order to get certain things. But this man is in prison and he is living his best life. He has money in prison, selling this, selling that. I heard he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. But it is really a fucking failure when you can have a super criminal like this guy who have a full-fledged supermarket in prison. A really sad thing. Now, I'm gonna wrap it up. And like me say, I hope the St. Lucia police can take a step back and really go in on them boy and catch all of them criminals where create chaos. Because, like me say, what keeps me up at night, it's the amount of murders and nobody is being arrested. With that, my name is Countryman.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.